People who, in many instances, have absolutely no clue what they are doing. The Marxists, the anarchists, the looters, the agitators, the Marxists.
And it's episode 170 of Inane Blather. At
Inane
Blather, Inane rehtalb to you. Just checking in our lazy summer. No, because we're doing so many other things. So we can just check back in. And I was going to say ramble. Yeah. Can you believe that? Uh-huh. Blather.
What is this? I don't even know who you are anymore.
What is this?
What is this? That's actually like, what is this? Umberto just brought me like a little espresso. It's that espresso. Oh wait, no, that's gonna get copyright claim. That's why I sang that so poorly.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, I just was thinking ahead.
I was just trying to find. I decided to go back to the original soundboard. I was like, oh, that's perfect. I was just gonna play Nick Mullen saying, "What is this? Just a couple guys having a conversation? Who the hell wants to listen to that?" And I don't know where it is. So,
slap my salami. The guy's a commie.
And that's why.
He said, yeah.
For all of you who actually blather with us, I hope that people that listen talk back to the show like how I talk back to other shows, talk about how stupid I am, or be like, of course they're all just saying, you guys are the best,
funniest.
And by the end of every episode, they're just like, and joining the cult. The cult of the enani.
Of the rehtalbs.
I know.
We're rehtalb.
The cult of rehtalb. And becoming one of the...
headstrong, stubborn, quibbling, self-centered, vindictive, obnoxious, hormonal, sexually preoccupied, evil, thieving, cross-dressing jerks.
So, shout out to today's sponsor, Spindrift, having a Cosmopolitan.
Oh my gosh. I'm having a Spindrift as well. One of my new drinks is a Spindrift.
Although, like I said, I do have 3 drinks next to me. But I wanted to open a Cosmopolitan.
Nice. Mine's just lemon or something.
One of yours is also a blender bottle like mine?
No, but it's my water bottle from the gym.
Bottle. Mm-hmm.
And it's water themed, as I realized, because ice, like the organization. And then this is Seattle water, pure from the start, because we have extremely clean drinking water.
I know.
So I'm like, it's like, yeah, exactly. But that was just an accident.
How I wish I could believe her. I understand that.
I don't get it. So, speaking of melting ice into water, it's really hot over here. But, yeah, how's the weather there? It's probably really hot, huh?
It's supposed to be tomorrow. Today was like, I don't know, perfect. And yesterday too. It was like really, really nice. But it's supposed to be in the 80s tomorrow, which is, it starts to get pretty warm, but it was like maybe 75 today. Just very lovely, actually.
That's right. I always have to think about generally speaking. Generally speaking,
bitches leave.
No. But it's usually like with the not always with like the sunny days or whatever, but when it's like, these warm and then cooling off and then getting to warm, you're just one day ahead of us, it seems like. And you're like, yeah, it's supposed to get warm tomorrow. I'm like, oh yeah, 2 days from now is when we're forecasted over 100. So it's like, that makes sense. So, but yeah, yesterday, now I'm sitting here with a sunburn, because it was really nice, as in like it was a little overcast for most of the day, and so the sun wasn't beating down directly on you, and I was outside, I was sweating, I was planting roses, doing this and that. Didn't even think about it. Took my shirt off last night, and Amanda was like, "Oh, you're sunburned." I was like, "I am," and then it's like I didn't notice the whole time until she pointed it out, and then she just touched that part of my back. I was like, "Oh no, I've been doing so well with that." Especially, I mean, I'm sure on those sunny days you can probably get a sunburn even more easily over there because I have all this water and reflections everywhere and buildings. I don't know. But man, it's like when you get a sunburn here, though, you just know that the sun's going to beat down on your sunburn for the next 10 straight days. So, I mean, you're not going to be sunburned for 10 days, but just as soon as I stepped outside this morning, I was like, oh, that's right, I have a sunburn, because I could just feel my shirt on my back just because of the sun. It wasn't even 80 degrees yet, I think. It was first thing in the morning. Hot. Yeah. I was like, ugh. But,
yeah. You just have to be really mindful. You just have to. And I say, because I got a pretty good tan going, and I tell people, because obviously it feels great to be tan. It's nice to be out in the sun and be blah, 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 blah. And it's like, the tannest I've ever been is the summers that I don't let myself burn. And I'm like really mindful about covering up too. Like for all the time that I exposed, like very much applying sunscreen. And sometimes it's like, I can't get ahead of this. Like, I can't get ahead of the sun. I'm like, it's like too much now. Like, I'm going to start to burn even if I keep applying sunscreen. So I just have to straight up cover up because, I mean, that's what white people things, It's like my skin, I can feel,
like
I can't produce melanin like that. Like, I can't protect myself.
I've been done putting sunscreen on. Or I done been.
I have to, like, get a really light, I have a button-up long sleeve that's, like, kind of flannel, but it's, like, cotton. And it has like a bunch of rips in it, so it's like very airy.
Yeah, there's airflow.
And I will button it all the way up, and I'll button it like down, so my chest is not, my chest is covered, my shoulders and arms are covered, because everything else, it's like, I can keep a handle on that, but your face, get a hat on that thing, your like body, it's like covered up with something loose and really covering.
That's what got me, as I was wearing a hat, I had sunglasses. I usually put on sunscreen every day at this point, but I hadn't thought of it because the sun wasn't beating directly on me, and I had my hat on, and so my face didn't burn, my arms didn't burn because they're already tan. It was just those sections from wearing a tank top instead of having a regular shirt on. And so it's just like, oh, these tank top sections. But
you have to know how like white you are. I really noticed it like with your daughter in particular, how incredibly fair-skinned people can be. Like, and what that means for us, like my tummy and stuff, I definitely have to be like, do that in stages because even with sunscreen, it is like just never out in the, like I wear high-waisted like swimsuits and stuff. And so if I want to tan like my lower stomach area, it will start to be pink. Like I can tell it's like, this is like it doesn't really have any time outside ever. It's really not exposed to the sun, and you can definitely, of course, do damage that way because it's got no defenses. It's got no they're like no barrier.
I mean, you're saying like the melanin and stuff. It's like literally, it's just the UV goes right in. Sorry, I was looking.
I can feel it on my stretch marks.
Yeah, sun's getting into my stretch marks. Yeah,
it does.
But what was I just gonna say? I forgot. But I mean, and that's the thing is like getting exposure to the sun. I mean, it's bad for your skin, and it's so good for you. And it sucks, like, I mean, you just have to keep up on it or something because there's something to be said for, I don't know, however vitamin D works and getting all that and sunlight and stuff. Like when I used to tan in a tanning bed because I would get tans for free. And I was like, I'll just do it. And it was like, oh, I love doing this. It's 10 minutes in a little isolated tank. And you're getting the artificial sunlight in the middle of the winter. People thought that I had just come back from vacation because they'd see me in January and I was all tan. And I was like, no, I feel so good. I just make sure not to burn. But at the same time, it's like, if you have seasonal affective disorder, people have like lamps that mimic sunlight, so you get more sunlight because there's something to be said for getting sun on your skin, getting sun, and that the way that it produces vitamin D, et cetera, et cetera. And that's why there's always some sort of weird little thing that starts health crazes and conspiracy theories. It's like, that's why people were tanning their taints and stuff, and their assholes and stuff. It's like, because of course that doesn't work with what they're saying. It's like, but there's something there at the core where it's like, yeah, people, it's like, oh, how sunlight is like good for you in a certain way. It's good for your mind. It's good to be out in the sun. Sure. If you live in a fucking cave all the time, it's not good for your body. It's like, so then they get to take advantage of that and write a book about how you need to just, goat see the afternoon sun in a field every day or something, so that perineal tanning. Yeah, that's what, you get a little UV light that looks like a sex toy that you could probably just put under there. I'm sure you'll feel way different when you're wearing the magnets on your wrists and then you have the tanner under your balls. Oh, man. I can't imagine getting like a whole sunburn new down there.
What, man, yeah. No, and it's like, truly, well, it's like, so I try to take cues from, people who spend a lot of time in the sun, like as in peoples, like if I think about people in like the Middle East, where it's like pretty much the hottest places in the world, and how they cover up, and they have like loose clothes that can like.
Well, here you just look at light workers in the fields.
You're definitely going to be covered up.
They always tell you, it's like, hey, if you're worried about the sun and the heat and stuff, it's like, just look at the people that are picking asparagus, or people that are in the fields during the summer around here. It's like, they all wear long sleeves. They all have long sleeves and hats and long pants. Yeah. No one's out there in tank tops and shorts.
Totally. It's like, and the thing about like, sunlight and all that's good, but also it's like, we probably don't need as much as, and I don't think there's anything wrong with I like to be tan. I know that it's like a risk. Not letting yourself burn or getting burnt is like definitely a huge like risk. I try to be, it's like, whatever. I'm not going to be like one of those women who's like really covered up and they have really nice skin.
Don't quote me on that though.
Yeah, that's really great. Good for them, truly, that they protect like this layer of protection across their whole body. Because the other thing about the sun, Berto and I were talking about this, it's like, it'll give you cancer. It'll literally burn you from like a billion trillion miles away. Yes, it's like if you sit out there, it'll burn your flesh. Like if you put it on a barbecue, burn you. It'll like burn you. It'll make you peel. Like it's very intense. It's a lot. It'll burn you so bad it'll give you cancer. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Just standing out there in it, and you'll get cancer. And like Alyssa Grenfell, shout out to her YouTube channel. I just started watching her videos a few weeks ago or something like that. But I was watching one of them with Sophia the other day. She's an ex-Mormon, and she does all this stuff about Utah culture and a lot of stuff about the Mormon church, and a lot of it's really interesting. She's great. One of her recent ones about like, I think it's her most recent video, like about the tanning culture of these Mormon and Utah like girls. But it's like, yes! One of them, I'm like, she looks like fucking Justin Trudeau, like on Halloween. Like her whole body, because they'll tan and apply self-tanner and get a spray tan all at the same time, and they get tans. They had to try to pass a law so that minors couldn't go to tanning salons, even with parental permission, and the law, it didn't pass. They couldn't get it to pass. And you know what? Out of all 50 states, highest rate of melanoma by far, Utah. And that's the one. It's like, oh, I don't know, is it Florida or Hawaii or California? No, it's Utah because it's whiter too, for one. But the tanning culture itself, with all those people, it's crazy. And some of them straight up look like Donald Trump too. They're tanning, they're getting self-tan all over their face. Oh.
Yeah, I've been shocked by some of the things that I've seen just like here and there about this, like the Utah bump, like how they do their hair and like how it's like its own subculture down there.
Yeah.
And it looks like so like whoa,
looks like
man,
hell on earth is what it looks like, but...
yes, like I cannot believe it's real. Like I'm like, it seems too, some of these tans, and I'm like, your hair though, and you're like, what are you doing? You're so shiny, and you're so just like they look like they're freakish. It's so see what's happening here. Utah's a good example. There's a lot of white people there. This is what happens when white people just get to go do their own stuff. It's
you're
not
ugly,
good.
You're disgusting. I'm going to kill you.
Yes, that's what it's going to come to as well. They just look. I mean, it's like this is the culture coming out of Utah. Yoosh.
Yeah. Then they say white people have no culture. And it's funny, the way that she was talking about, there's always these questions and things about how are you, as the women who have to wear the magic underwear, but you can also sport like racy, for what you would expect for Mormons, like revealing, in quotes, athletic wear, and posting things about that, or getting plastic surgery, which is really common
lip
too
filler.
And for one, as she mentioned, Alyssa Grenfell, she's like, I mean, so much of it stems from the incredibly patriarchal and misogynistic Mormon church, like, and the way that it makes women feel about themselves and their looks, et cetera, et cetera. And I was thinking too, I was like, and it's just another example of the loophole culture of Mormonism, where it's like everything, there's some sort of loophole.
Soaking?
Soaking, or ways, who knows, just dirty sodas, when they don't have caffeine, et cetera, et cetera. Every little thing, it's like, that's what you get when you're following a religion that was started 150 years ago. It's like it was started in like industrial times, in like the modern age. It's like, of course it's going to be filled with loopholes from the beginning. That's all people are going to do. It hasn't been, nothing can be set in stone. Are you crazy? Like, unless you're going to run this thing like an actual cult, which you have become too large for. Yeah, you're too widespread now to be a real cult. You're just a denomination now, and so it's just all these half-assed applications of your ideology,
and of your makeup. Hey, no, half-assed.
Shut the hell up, bitch.
It was okay.
That's and that's their loophole. They wouldn't say that to you because they won't swear, but they'll press the button on the soundboard. They'll be like,
"Go kill yourself. Go sit in the middle of the road and let a car run over you."
So that's what you get. And also the blackface tanning. It's like telling Sophia, is like, well, this is what comes out of a religion that just allowed black people into it in like the 90s. So she was like, what? Yep, that's right. But
that's right. I just some of the stuff I see come out of there, like it really just it gives me pause, and I'm like,
turns you into a furry.
With little pause. But no, just really their strange attitudes towards sex and like what does count as like virginity. I think it's like very unsettling to me, honestly. Like, I'm not like, thinking about like what teenagers are doing, just like broadly speaking, like they experiment and all this kind of stuff, and I think that's normal and healthy and all that, whatever. It's just like part of a life. But how they like straight up they say that they'll like like they soak or whatever, and then they'll have their friends jump on the bed for them so that they're not real
that is
doing. And I'm like,
it's like,
yeah,
is
but
that
they
real?
like,
Is that
I
Urban
know.
Dictionary? I don't know, because it's like
I don't know, but they talk
I guess
about the like dating sort of things. It seems so unbelievably unhealthy. It seems so their relationship to sex, especially for people who have like 8 trillion kids, it just seems like what a bummer that you guys like this very repressive, very like. They just like are so they're so narrow minded, or I don't get it, and it seems like to each their own on their religious beliefs, but the culture coming out of yours seems like
unhealthy,
very ill-informed at the very least.
Well, the last thing I'll say, I mean, people can check out her channel, and I listened to her whole thing about Mormon weddings and stuff, and that was one thing. She's like, man, the whole wedding reception and stuff, because of this culture around sex, and it's like, of course you're virgins until your wedding night, and so the whole vibe is like just this like elbow wink to you, like, hey, you guys are gonna have fun tonight. Like, imagine feeling that from all of these people for like 2 fucking hours is disgusting. Like, all
I know, it's
they're
like, what
thinking
year
about
is
you
this?
about to have sex.
The thing that makes me think of like my book that's set in the Plantagenet series. It's like Eleanor of Aquitaine, and like
your book. You wrote this.
Yes, my book that I wrote. Yeah, no, just this series that I really liked, and it is like that where they're like the wedding night. There's a bunch of like very crass jokes, ribald comedy and stuff.
Something ribald, no doubt.
Yes, at the expense of the bride and groom, and it's all like in good fun. But it's like, yeah, but we don't do that to like, 15-year-old girls anymore. I don't think. Like, it's like we kind of evolved beyond the 1000s about like what to expect from marriage and like what like
you'd think.
Like how to, and especially like for something that's supposed to be like kind of sacred or whatever to you guys. You guys are talking about how sex is like something to do with just this one person because it's like God's whatever.
Yeah.
Penis in between you guys that you're jerking off. Yeah.
Yeah.
That
because God is jerking you off into your new wife.
By jumping on the bed for
God's
him.
sucking you off and spitting it right in her. That's what I think that's in the book of Nephi.
That was we went to that festival, that film festival, Hump Fest, and one of the submissions that they're like short, they're pornographic. One of the submissions was like that, like saying like, "Oh God," or like incorporating God into the bedroom, and he was like, "Oh yeah," like I don't know. It just was really, it was a good one.
That's right. And then when she's yelling "Daddy" and it's in a capital D, and she is father.
Yes. Yes.
So, while we're checking in and blathering, there are a few things. I had something on my mind earlier. Man, as soon as I sit down, it's like I should be meditating now because my mind just becomes completely clear. But Lindsey Graham's dead, so
wait, I wanted to say that to Lindsey Graham, you couldn't even make the front page of the politics section of the U.S. News of the New York Post on your death.
Really?
He's like barely mentioned. The top thing on politics is about Pete Hegseth, and then there's something more in politics. Stephen Miller's unlikely friendship with Lindsey Graham revealed in heartfelt White House tribute. You're gonna be like a tribute from Stephen Miller, and in the more in politics section, you're a fucking loser, drunk, sweaty, nobody, freak. You ended on the lowest note I could possibly imagine. It was it is stunning how.
Now that's the first goddamn thing you've ever said that made one piece of fucking sense.
Truly, he gave in and undercut every single value he ever even pretended to hold ever. Obviously, he's a warmongering freak, but he just truly, like, it is like, what an absolute little weasel-faced pig boy bitch. Like, I just think of him as sweaty and just like he's just as like a skeezy, oily, stinky little gay pig that, he just, what a loser. What a loser of a life. He just like.
Have you read the New York Times article about him? That was yesterday.
About the Stephen Miller one?
No. Oh. Mercurial and magnetic. Lindsey Graham was a force in the Senate. Subheadline: The sharp-witted South Carolinian repaired relations with President Trump to advance his foreign policy goals, was willing to cut deals with Democrats, and tried to insert himself into every legislative fight. And reading through this, it's like they're trying to talk him up and do this whole, as these outlets always do, someone's dead, but they were important, and they don't speak ill of the dead, but it's like, are you trying to make him look bad? Like, the comment section on it's wild, but it's like,
oh, I bet
Lindsey Graham always insisted on being part of the Senate conversation, even when the conversation wasn't necessarily about him. He was a player in the institution in an old school sense, singularly determined way as he strove to stay relevant in an institution where relevancy is power. Right off the bat, no, that should not be the case. That's crazy. He was a complex and sometimes conflicted figure, torn between doing what he thought was right, including pressuring an interventionist foreign policy and pursuing bipartisan deals on immigration and other issues, and the political imperatives of a party and state that increasingly demanded hard right fealty and international isolationism. But it's like, the fact that they talk up, for one, that they call him mercurial, where it's like, no, for politicians, it's supposed to be flip-flopping, all right? It means that you have no values. What, you're mercurial, okay. That's like calling a tiny piece of shit house cozy, pretty much. But saying that, like, he repaired his relationship with Donald Trump after all these things that he said, he's like, yeah, no, he's a hypocrite, is what it is. He
came back begging on his knees hypocrite for a job or whatever.
Yeah, that just did whatever he could to keep booking Fox News interviews and staying on the good side of your guys' articles. Like, this whole thing, him and John McCain, and it's like another disgusting warmongering freak. It's like back to the old days of these Republicans. Loser. And then that's why he hated Donald Trump. And then he went back and figured things out. It's like, no, he was a toad is what it was. Like, yes. I think, let's see. But some of these comments, of course, it's hard not to like him in terms of his apparent friendliness, and yet his neocon interventionist first war hawk policies did incalculable damage to the United States. Like, what do you mean it's hard not to like him? What the fuck? But let's see. But more like, Lindsey Graham's career, in my view, became a symbol of political cowardice. He was once willing to criticize Donald Trump, but later became one of his strongest defenders. Exactly. Like, that's what the article is like, dancing around, really. Yeah. And just trying to just whitewash this. And let's see.
I just want to say something that, and Lindsey Graham did have a long career in the Senate. And Stephen Miller puts it best. Lindsey was the most effective, consistent advocate for the president's agenda in the Senate. That is a historical legacy that will always belong to him, Miller said. So Stephen Miller said that, and it's like,
not gonna have a legacy.
That's what you get associated with you, Lindsey Graham, just so you know.
Yeah.
Sucking President Trump's little micro penis and like being like and literally being drunk and sweaty in the Senate or whatever you're doing, just like saying, I am, like, man, I saw a clip of him when it was like Brett Kavanaugh, gosh, easy for me to say, and all of that, and what a ridiculous show he made of that, and like a disgusting, like he always just, his legacy is being Trump's toady and looking like his shirt is too tight and his tie is too tight around his neck. That's like, what he's most known for. His legacy is be like, oh yeah, that like closeted gay man that also had no fashion.
That guy?
Yeah, I think he would have learned something about clothes all that time spent in the closet. Guy?
Man, yeah, and if he would know that he's just going to go down as, because all these politics are is, what have you done for me lately? And that's all that's going to be remembered, is that you were a Trump guy.
How can we make it clear to these people? It's like, I'm not just a cynic. Trump doesn't give a shit if you live or die.
Yeah.
He said that's a huge blow to the SAVE Act for me. He doesn't give a shit, literally, Lindsey Graham. He couldn't care less if you were dead or alive, if you got shot in the face, if you got run over by a tank, if you drown in your bathtub, if you killed yourself, if you were poisoned. He does not give a shit once you are useless to him.
He might care use if your that legacy to one of his sons. He doesn't care. Like, why do you think he'd care about you? You know? It's like, I don't know.
You're so selfish and stupid when you do that.
Yeah. He went on with Jake Tapper, the president did. And like,
I know.
And he just uses the Lindsey Graham's death to make sure he doesn't have to talk about Iran. They're like, well, what about the Strait of Hormuz?
Don't ask about that.
And Trump was like,
so forget about it, cuz.
Yeah, just really, he's like, no, we're here to talk about, Lindsey Graham. It's like,
he straight up said, don't ask about that.
Yeah.
Like, don't talk about that.
Don't ask about that. Yeah. And then they ended on this weird, like, congenial, like, oh, thank you so much for coming on, Mr. President. CNN is so disgusting nowadays. It's so obvious that all of their major hosts and stuff, as they've been saying on the Majority Report for a couple months now, Emma always says they're all just auditioning to be taken over by Paramount. And it's because of this disgusting, monopolistic, oligarchic, fascist government that will even be allowed. Like, the fact that is a possibility after the massive CBS News shit, and where they've just become a mouthpiece for the administration immediately. Well, a mouthpiece for the Netanyahu administration at the least. And then because of that, all these people, they just keep shilling Zionist talking points, and Hasbro for one thing, with every person that they have on. It is wild. And they just slide further right. They hate the progressives. It's even worse than it was like in 2016 when Bernie Sanders and his campaign staff and supporters and stuff would just be shouted down, because socialism bad, whatever, but it's even worse now. CNN is oh my God, I can't stand it. I can't stand seeing more than 2 minutes of that. And it has to be Sam Cedar responding to it for me.
Has to be through a third party.
Yes.
Yeah. Humby and I were talking, and it's like, thank God, thank Allah that Iran didn't just roll over and like let us take over, because otherwise we'd be like in Cuba right now. Like we'd be continuing just domination.
They'll probably do that anyway.
It's like, but it's like we only have so many, and then someone's like shot and killed by ICE already. As soon as they're funded, someone got shot and killed in Maine, and I'm thinking about, over the weekend, Humby and I had a great day in our neighborhood in Seattle. There was like a little fair going on. We went to an open house. We walked down over here. We did this over there. We went to this restaurant. Jazz night school, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all we're trying to do here is like give each other our extra plants and make sure people have like get connected to like the local art scene, or they're just local communities in different way. We're just kind of trying to do that. There's like this housing collective thing I learned about. I got invited to a party from some cool queers that I was talking about being the year of the horse, my year. And I was like, it's your year. That's not actually a good year. She's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, my dad and my brother are year of the dragon. My dad had a stroke. My brother's house burnt down. And she was like, oh my God. And she had these earrings that was like a flame coming down and a house there. She's like, I lived in a house. She's like, I'm just moving in somewhere because the place I lived in burned down. And I was like, oh my God, that's what a coincidence. I'm going to a party at their place in a couple weeks. But it just was like a very, just like out there in your community, like, and people volunteering, and these retired women spending their time putting on these things and these events and stuff that you do in your community and your chamber of commerce and all these things. That's like literally all we're trying to fucking do is barbecue together and be like, I have some extra tomatoes. Will you take these? Some woman sent me home with like a couple things of flowers because it was the end of the day, and she's like, "Oh, just take them." It would just like that's what we're trying to do. What the fuck are you over here doing? You're over here bombing Iran?
Yeah. When left to our own devices,
what the hell?
We generally people like to look out for each other. I mean, you've been bringing that up for a while now. No, but I mean, it's always
enough.
We get past, progress moves forward because it's like, people have always looked out for each other and stuff. It's like, and I mean, and 100 years ago, people would people have their own skin color more often than not, or something like that. And we move forward past these things because people will get educated and progress moves forward. But it's like more than ever, capitalism is
bad.
Is an obstacle towards all of those things. Purposeful. And trying to make sure that people don't connect, or like the structures that undergird all of our lives and how our path is set out before us and that we have to work until we die, et cetera, is all despite what we all want to do, which is crazy. Why isn't any of this just up to us? It's like that's the problem. I mean, there's someone smarter than me can point out that dialectical issue there. That are working against each other in concert. But it's like I just thought of exactly this, like what you're saying. Today, I was listening to PBS NewsHour. So, and since this is a sports podcast, first and foremost, of course. Tomorrow, date this podcast when it comes out next week, tomorrow's the MLB All-Star game, right? Game. And there was a story. This guy wrote a book about it. He was on NewsHour about the quote unquote first All-Star game. Have you ever heard about this? You guys hear about this? You see this? Monica Lewinsky was there. But
timely.
The first one before the official first All-Star game, which is in 1933, they did it in Chicago because of the World's Fair, and even that, where it's like we need to do something fun with all this. We're having the World's Fair and no one has a job. It's the Great Depression, etc. Yeah. Even before that, 16 years before that, it was done. 16 years before, Boston hosted a star-studded matchup in honor of beloved former player and Boston Globe sports writer. This guy who was like an institution. He's like made sports writing what it was. No. Yeah, he was just like you couldn't really even speak of him as like a human. No. Yeah. But exactly. So Tim Murnane, who had suddenly passed away, and he was connected to all of these baseball players. Everyone loved him. He's one of these guys. And this must have been, this is the guy who wrote the book, there's an article on the MLB website. He wrote this book called One Day in September. And this game was likely the model for the modern All-Star Day festivities. It was the first time that baseball, on a very large scale, with the dramatic background of the world at war, because it was 1917, had brought the entire community together. It became a national event and was syndicated across columns around the country. And, I mean, and it's like Babe Ruth was pitching, striking out Ty Cobb. You know, it's like peak like American baseball in the early days. And they also had like skill competitions, but they did it all to like fundraise or do something in honor of this guy. They all just came together and did it. And all of the best players from these teams, they just straight up took the day off from, there were other games going on. They took the day off and went to this game instead. And it all had like the greatest players in the league at the time, because people will do that stuff. You know, people like to, you know, even if it's just something like, yeah, we want to honor this person that we all liked because we're all connected to these people that we love. You know,
because we're sentimental. We have a sentimentality to us because things matter to us. They're meaningful. Our lives have meaning in it. Like the things that we go through and the people we meet. That's like, yeah, that's what we want. That's what makes it like worth it to like just be around even, you know? Like,
yes.
It's like, that's all the good stuff in it. That's what, you know, him putting what you're saying. I'm just thinking about, you know, ice was pretty much like not like doing anything during the World Cup, and now they're ramping back up. And I was just like, damn. I mean, like,
so it kind of goes to show,
obviously,
you don't have to be doing this.
You don't have to be doing it. And I'm just like, I'm not really affected, besides obviously morally objectionable to me. Of course, this is happening, but I'm not going to get caught up in ice. And I'm just thinking about how, even from my perspective, I'm like, man, you just really like fucking ruin our summer. You know, we like had a good time here, like getting together with we really felt something hosting these people from all over the world. We were really glad to have them. We love the international competition. We love all the languages being spoken. We love showing off our homes, you know, to the world and welcoming them in, and everyone was having a good time. And that, it meant, it's like we feel something in our, what makes us human, you know, what you try to keep us from having abortions and all that, what makes us so unbelievably special, and especially from your guys' perspective, you know, is like that thing that's like a soul that like, that's like what we're connected with. That's what we feel. Yeah. Like you guys just like really
that's
don't
why societies
give a shit
are
about
created.
anything.
That's why humans create societies, you know? We don't just have like the, you know, we're not just feral packs, you know, and stuff like that. We create civilizations because of a feeling of community. Because that's the way universes. To further the feeling of community is to more easily be connected to even more people. That's why the internet exists.
And it's like, we just went to this thing yesterday at an exhibit that was like everything is made out of actually real animals that like died of natural causes that were turned into like art, like really unbelievably beautiful colors of like beetles. And yeah, it was very cool to see, like, I mean, just these animals so perfectly, like, you know, like all kept together, like every little bit.
Sounds like you're pretty into this, buddy.
Yeah.
It was, the colors were truly, it was like, oh my God, a macaw feather or whatever. These colors they're stunning. Like all of these things, the ocean, and blah, 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 blah. And like, the music is like kind of like a very reverent tones as you're walking through and looking through it. And it's moving, like the earth and nature and like your connection to it. And it was about biophilia, you know, the love of like nature, just in being in connection with it. And how people
that guy,
like...
he's a biophile.
Yeah, like motherfuckers being like, no, I don't give a shit. I want some money. Drill that oil. I don't fucking care. Bomb that school. I want that turf. Like, it really is like, I don't really get Like, I mean, how you guys are not moved by the things that should move you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're not, because you have the opportunity for it to even show. You guys are some of the guys where actually you can put values into actions. It's not abstract concepts. You have your actions are a statement of your values. And whoa.
That's why those people also live in really ugly houses. They do.
That's true.
Yes.
They do.
There's something for that too. And these rich people, and they like live inside a fucking shopping
Money can't
mall.
buy you taste. You know?
Where it's like, I always love going back to that Danny Gonzalez video about the $100 million house. And the weirdo guy that designed it and stuff.
He's
and
like,
even,
wow. Oh,
yeah, it's like
guy.
this weird sterile thing. The guy's really strange, and like how he has this artwork of this giraffe or something. And it's like, because that's like your connection to nature is some weird piece of artwork to stand weirdly in this man-made structure.
And when he said, that's cool, he's like, do you want to buy it? That's like, he was like selling
everything here's
in
for
his
sale,
house.
by the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I was so far in the hole. And he has another piece of abstract art that's just, and he's like, and this is made to help underprivileged children. And it's like, how? It's just the weirdest thing. It's like, because you're not operating on a level with people, with community. That's why you built a house like this. Somewhere where it's like, there's nothing that could, no one can convincingly argue with you and be like, yeah, you're just jealous or something of rich people. It's like, there's no way that most people would want to live in a home like this. Like, it is sick. Like, it's almost like liminal spaces. It's so weird. When you see these like the unempathetic, weirdo rich people that are like famous content creators, that always gets me how their houses are, where it's like this weird sterility, like the fact where it's like, how can you live in a place where it echoes when you walk? Like, what are you doing? Like, what is this room that you're in? Like, I don't understand.
What? I just feel like
doesn't
what
it
I
drive
need from
you
those people
crazy?
Is like, okay, I can be like, okay, decorating is maybe not your form of self-expression, I suppose, but like, so what is? Like, who are
it's
you?
like, so why
do you have like an actual
why are you here
personality though? It's like, where is it? It's like,
it's just
okay,
about
I guess
money.
you just like, it really is. It's like you really have no creative thoughts or like anything. It's like, which is like, I guess another thing that's kind of like makes us kind of unique is our self-expression and our need for it. That we're like individuals.
Those things
and
are
like
all
that
connected.
Yeah, it's just like I don't really get that. I like
we don't
a minimalist
just have
style.
a need
I feel like it's beautiful, but I'm like,
we don't just have a need for creativity and aesthetics. We have a need to show that to other people. And that's why art is a thing. That's why people perform music. That's why people, that's why you decorate these places so that, and have people over so other people can enjoy how your living space looks and feels, because it only does so much like when you're there by yourself. It's about other people. Everything's about these little like connections, bro. Like, it's like,
because we're just like this
humanity's like, about, bro.
Highly social species. It's like really highly collaborative.
We're social.
It's like crazy, man.
We're social species. You're right, bro.
Solved it.
You know what?
You're still trying to impress others by who you know. You're still skating for others, and you're not doing it for the Lord.
That's what. That's what it is.
That's so true.
Just trying to impress others instead of connecting to people through our Lord and Savior.
You're getting
Jesus
pressed
Christ.
and trying to press.
You're getting pressed about impressing. Something like that.
Let me impress upon you
the importance of this import.
Ooh,
and then you just have like some $100,000 bauble that you got because it's
bauble.
Yeah, BAUBLE, baby.
Nice. Yeah, and I feel like most people or whatever, it feels like what we want is kind of what I had on Saturday is like, what a lovely community that you can walk around and you can get food and you can say hi to your neighbors and things are safe and the weather is nice and
well, while you did that,
if you want to,
I planted some roses and got sunburned and then just played Fallout 76 for like 3 hours.
But also that, and I could wave and I could walk by my neighbors and be like, hi. And I met a woman, she said, oh, I live in that house. And I was like, oh my gosh, I love that house. It's so cute. And you can just walk by. I love it when people plant roses. I think of you all the time. There's so many roses in bloom right now. Goodness. And I always stop and smell them. And I would. You know what? That's a little life advice for you. You know, stop and smell the roses.
Stop and smell the roses, huh?
And you know, then you would say, then you'd be like this. You're like, yeah, I guess I will.
Well, there's no question about it that she deserves life term in prison, if not more. And by more, I mean execution for treason.
I'm glad I have the old soundboard up.
And I'm sort of regretting praying to God for this show to work well because that seems to have bit me in the ass.
I just saw that one the other day. That's the thing. I haven't been keeping up with a lot of new. I get into these bubbles, man. It's I mean, it's
and I'm like, let me out, I'm in a bubble.
And I just kind of get clammed up and I get a little depressed and stuff, and I don't help it enough. But by
the world's so easy to live in,
slowly shutting things off, and then being alone too often. So shout out to Amanda, who I have to not be alone with, but so part of the no news though, and it's probably good for me during a depressive episode. So I've just been re-watching all of On Cinema at the cinema. Started it when I was on my way over to see you guys, and I'm on season 11 now. And I watched every season, every Oscar special. I even listened through the Our Cinema Oscar special. That is one of the worst things. I just had it in my ear at work and going around cleaning units, this and that. And there's just these long sections of nothing, just a buzz from a bad audio connection as Greg Turkington just walked off camera. And it's just like... And then suddenly someone will start talking again. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's going. And then Tim calling in saying he's going to jump out the 50th story window of the Four Seasons in Dubai and end it all because he needs connection.
Because you know what? There's a phrase that we've actually, to be actually sincere, not overly.
And that is...
You do that again, I'm going to come over there and physically assault you with this champagne bomb and break it over your stupid Joker face.
No, what were you going to say?
Inani rehtalb. No, there is a proverb. I thought it was an African proverb. I don't know exactly where it comes from, but
racist.
It's
you're racist for thinking that because it's not.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
If the child is not embraced by the village, it will burn it down to feel its warmth. You know, and people that are that are losers and freaks like Elon Musk, it's because we were too mean to them when they were young. Because they were deranged,
cultist liars.
So I think none of our listeners would need to hear this, but be nice to kids for sure. Be nice to kids, even when they're annoying. Be nice to them.
Kids are amazing.
Kids are great. And
you were a kid
then
once.
When they get old enough,
that's all you have to remember. Because you were. And you know what? When you were a kid,
thing.
you were annoying, but it's still
Everyone
sweet.
Was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Just
the thing that'll make you like
just because when I was in sixth grade, we weren't saying 6, 7 over and over again doesn't mean that I wasn't an annoying dork.
Yeah. They are even more, but it's the world that we gave them. So if it sucks, it's our fault. But yeah,
the state of education and socialization for children
is that
in this
the
country
51st state
is
the state of education.
That's what many people think. That's the problem with U.S. education. They can't even point out the state of education on a map.
I know, kids nowadays.
They're like, the state of Israel? Is that like next to Wisconsin?
We know that one. Yeah.
Yeah. I know it's the size of New Jersey. I've heard that on the news a few times. Blech. Yeah.
Kids are getting
kids are getting fucked over and fucked in the head
again.
And shot at school. And like 300 Palestinians have died since the ceasefire with Israel because they just keep killing all of them. We murdered a bunch of people in Iran. Donald Trump is probably going to try to get a third term in office somehow. And it's a great
Our pets' heads are falling off.
Yeah.
Right now, you're very close to a world war on this whole.
But you know what they can't take away from you?
My Xbox.
No. Yeah.
I will kill them.
No.
I'm like, is it my Xbox? Is it my vape pen?
They can't take away your need for community.
Your need
and
for speed.
Your desire to build it, and people always will. And that's something to lean on is like, something, I guess we haven't done this for a while, but something I thought a lot about during the World Cup was, the U.S. had some really shitty rules for like Iran. They had to stay in Mexico during the World Cup and fly in and all this kind of stuff. It was so stupid. But they said the vibe was like the host cities were great. The host country, not so much. But that was like, because the cities are who we are, truly. That is so much more representative of America. If you look at the major cities, that is way more American than the federal fucking government. I'll tell you that fucking much.
That's true.
Like,
that's why Zoran Mamdani is the mayor of New York.
Yes, and everybody, he's awesome. And most people live
in cities.
In the cities, that's where...
No, they don't.
This is propaganda.
Most people live on farms.
Sheeple live on farms.
So thoughtful.
Did you see that now the majority of New York Jews want to steal all your... No. The majority of New York Jews in New York approve of Mamdani over Netanyahu, or American Jews, just American Jews. Approval is higher for Mamdani than for Netanyahu, which is, I mean, if you went back 5 years ago, unheard of. Which, I mean,
if you went back to the campaign,
if you went back 1 year ago, but maybe 3, I don't know. We're getting close to 3 years since October 7th, but yeah, which is also kind of just an unfortunate example of like the propaganda that Jewish people will tell you. Like how they've been raised to feel about Israel, and it's like, and how that propaganda, it's not just for them, it's definitely, that's why there's a bunch of Christian Zionists in the United States, but it's like, it really shows that maybe things are changing, I mean, it took horrific war crimes and genocide for it to become more of the public discourse, the fact that Israel doesn't have a right to exist.
And
it's the stupidest
that they're really
fucking idiotic discussion ever.
They're aligning really with, Israel right now. I mean, Trump is like garbage. He's so unbelievably unpopular in America. I mean, he's like record lows. So anything that he does now is really being like,
even
maybe
after
that's not
his
a good
reflecting
idea.
pool, I thought that would have bumped him up a bit. Oh man!
God,
they had to drain it again because of Antifa super soldiers were putting algae in the pool.
Yeah, and cutting a knife down the whole thing for 300 feet.
Well,
yeah,
I did that, but they can come and find me.
Yeah, I think I don't know what they'll do. Obviously, like I saying, the Republican Party is a cancer on American society. They don't represent America. Yeah. They don't have any place in American
Democratic
politics.
Party should be the right-wing party of the United States.
That's what I'm saying. If Elizabeth Warren was like center right, that's a country I want to live in.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, she used to be a fucking Republican. But she has sense. And so it's like, so she has like these progressive, like Teddy Roosevelt style economic policies and stuff like that. You know, Teddy Roosevelt, a famous Republican. Like,
yeah, she could be talked into. It's like someone like her. She's a capitalist or whatever, but it's like if the numbers make sense, then she'd be like, all right, it's going to be good for the people, whatever, because she's a fucking teacher's pet
economics
loser that just wants to get it right, and I like that about her. I like that about someone who wants to just be good at their fucking job, you know? It's just like, who wants like high approval ratings? People who, like want to get something done, you know, that'd be like really great. Just don't even, Trump not getting stuff passed and letting things, like not even signing things. I'm like, what a stupid political move. You know how much Americans hate that you guys don't fucking do anything?
He wouldn't even sign a housing bill, a bipartisan housing. It's like the number one thing. It's so bad. It shouldn't even be an issue.
Too.
Like housing, and it's so out of control. We should have that under control enough to even discuss other major issues, but people can't fucking live.
But they're just so, they're just so brain rotted. MAGA is like truly, it's like one of these guys in Congress was like, a Republican, of course, MAGA. I didn't come to Congress to work with Democrats. I came to beat them. So if they want this bill, I know I don't want it. I don't have to read it. And it's like,
what a dumbass.
This is like, we live in a fucking
loser.
democracy. And your motherfucking party are the people that are like, oh, we can't just have a conversation. We can't just have a conversation. Why can't we talk with people that we don't agree with? And you're just straight up saying as your fucking job that you won't work with your colleagues. Like, that's literally your job, is you have to do that. And it's like, what a fucking loser mentality. Trump is just, they're just really a cancer that is like brain deadening us. They're so fucking stupid. They have zero critical thinking skills. They gotta go, you know, and I mean that by like, just care for them by giving them buses that run on time and just let them grouch away, but just kind of take their ballots and just
we need a January 6th all over the place.
No, I would say electoral reform is needed so the majority is actually represented, because most people actually want the same things, and those stupid motherfuckers just literally don't fucking know what they want, and they can vote for it, but they can be overruled by the majority and get things that are good for them anyways, because they're stupid children that won't eat their fucking broccoli, and I'm going to shove it down their goddamn throats.
Universal programs
you do
is
need
what
a
works.
Mommy government. Yeah,
that's why the Democrats should be the right-wing party. Because all these targeted bullshit and austerity, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, well, it was...
Bye.
It was good.
Wow, you guys are a bunch of cowards.
But
Lindsey Graham.
And let's see, what else we got in here?
Because there's like so much I would love to know about being a 21-year-old girl.
Like what?
And now it's time to
get out of here.
You get out of here! Get out of here!
Tim, no. This is a legend.
Get him out of here!
Get him out of here!
I got his mic.
Recommend to everyone
Get him
on
out!
cinema.
Yep. You ruined the show. You ruined the whole show. You gonna take that knife out? Get him out. Get him out.
Gonna take that knife
With shows
out?
like Tim Heidecker in them.
You can't lose. Mm-hmm. I highly recommend. Or, of course, check out InfoWars. Shout out to InfoWars. Everyone go check out InfoWars.
Out.
It's awesome.
InfoWars, truly.
You'll be
Amazing.
laughing so hard that
you're pooping the bed.
So be careful.
Okay, well, I love you. Oh my gosh, where is my stuff?
Capitalism is bad.
And
bitches leave.
Right, and I was thinking of Jim Haggerty, and I'd say, all right, I'm hogging off. And I was just gonna...
Yes, it's time to hog off. We'll see you guys later.
All right.
Love you, bye.